Good morning, everybody. Pastor Stitch, Narrow Path Christian Church, BC, Bay City, Michigan, also the North Central Chaplain for Broken Chains JC. Welcome to the Biker Devotional. Today is July 13th, 2025, and we are looking at Proverbs chapter 13. Proverbs 13, we're going to look at the first two verses. Interestingly enough, yesterday I talked to you about Proverbs chapter 12, verse 1. And Proverbs 12, verse 1 said, "Whoever loves discipline loves knowledge, but the one who hates correction is stupid." It's interesting that today our chapter starts. A wise son responds to his father's discipline, but a mocker doesn't listen to rebuke. You know, incredible that they say almost the same thing. The verse after Proverbs chapter 12, verse 1 says, "A good person obtains favor from the Lord, but he condemns a man who schemes." Today in chapter 13, verse 2 says, "From the words of his mouth a man enjoys good things." I'm going to talk to you about that a little bit. Yesterday we looked, if you read Proverbs chapter 12, you saw that we should always be looking for that correction. And when we do, we can expect to find favor from Yahweh. Today, we get told we have to respond to the discipline. Not just love it, not just enjoy being corrected, but respond to it. And a mocker doesn't listen to rebuke. From the words of his mouth a man will enjoy good things, but treacherous people have an appetite for violence. You know, it's interesting that we will enjoy the good things that come from our mouths because we've responded to the discipline, because we've loved the discipline. And one who hates that discipline, they're stupid, Solomon says. And not only that, but they have an appetite for violence. You know, I know people who love discipline, absolutely love to be corrected, love to have things pointed out to them. But they don't respond to it in a way to make corrections in their lives. They don't respond to it by speaking what they've done and making changes in their lives. What they do is they argue the point that they're not bad. They love discipline, but they hate the correction. They argue with it. They will not change. And that's the difference between a man who loves discipline and responds. A man who loves discipline, loves correction, will respond with words of affirmation about what needs to be done. He'll respond with words of what he's going to do and then follows through with them. See, verse 3 in chapter 13 says this: "The one who guards his mouth protects his life. The one who opens his lips invites ruin." When we want to argue about it, there's just no saying what's going to happen. You know, we get correction, and if we actively do what we need to do, we'll get the reward. You know, King David went and got the Ark of the Covenant, started to bring it back so that they could inquire of God. They put it on a cart and they started hauling it, and the oxen stumbled. Somebody reached out to keep the ark from hitting the ground, and God struck him dead because no one was allowed to touch the ark. David learned something. He was angry, but he learned something. He went and inquired, why did this happen? And he learned that only Levites were allowed to carry the ark. So he went and got the Levites, and he told them to consecrate themselves, purify themselves, because they were going to do the thing he had started out to do. He said, the reason it happened and God broke out against us was because we didn't inquire of God about how to do it. He told us we could do it, but we didn't inquire about how. So the reality is, we have to not only love discipline, we have to respond to it. Our words have to be right. We have to guard what we say. And as we do that, we will receive good things. Something to consider as you go about your day. Quick reminder, the platform I use to stream with is going to be changing things here at the end of the month. And you will only be able to see me live on YouTube. So make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, Pastor Stitch, if you want to catch me live. Otherwise, I will still continue to copy the link and post it to Facebook, but you won't catch it live. I love y'all. Hope you have a great day. God bless.